Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today and joining us as we recap our very successful community coat drive. We have a few speakers today just to give you the results, let you know what's going to happen with all of this great material and how it's going to benefit our communities. So I'd like to introduce Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough, Jr.
Wow, I appreciate that. This is one of those press conferences what I really enjoy doing. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate the support that the media has given us. I can't thank the Coat Closet. I can't thank Knights of Columbus. I can't thank Haynes Brand. I can't thank Kernersville Police Department, Winston Police Department, this entire community for what you all do to make sure that our community is taken care of. So I'm very grateful for everything that the public and all those persons have brought together. We have over 1,000 garments, from what I've been told, of coats to keep our community warm. And so what I can tell you is that I'm very proud to say that, as the scripture says, what you've done for the least of them, you've done unto me. And what I'm saying is you have done a great deed for those that will be cold otherwise. I love you all. I'll yield the rest of my time to the next person that will speak to you. But I want to tell this community I'm very grateful to be a part of it. I'm very grateful to serve here in the office of the people, because this right here is a great day when people bond together and bring out the best and bring warmth to those that would otherwise be cold. I love you all and thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you all.
Good morning. My name is Chuck Tierney, Tierney. I am a member of the Knights of Columbus and Holy Cross Catholic Church out of Kernersville. And on behalf of my wife, Jennifer, we are thrilled to be here. I walked into the room this morning, and I've been telling everybody, last year we had 350 coats that the Knights donated, and they were here. We had a bank of cameras, photographers, and press there. All of these were chairs. These were chairs last year for law enforcement and visitors. Now they're full of coats. This is really, really stunning. I'm thrilled to say that we brought down 400 coats this year, all new, and 100 hats. They're toboggans. The children may not wear them per se, but the sheriff also serves the homeless community, and they are perfect for the homeless community. They were hand knit by two ladies at our parish. If you're not familiar with the Knights, we're a fraternal men's organization, Catholic. It's worldwide, and our first principle is charity. And our in-house charity, which is Lamb, and the chief actually touched on the words, it comes from a verse in the Bible, Matthew, "Whatsoever you do to the least of my brethren, you also do unto me." And this is stunning. We're just, I'm telling you, I'm just blown away by the number. And what we tried to do this year is, and we weren't sure, would the economy and all the stuff and the budget cuts, what was going to happen with the coats. But we got some great donations, and we've asked the people, the Knights in the parish, if you would like to donate and you don't have the time to buy a coat, please send a check and we will do it. By we, I mean my better half. And we went to Costco to buy coats. First of all, there should be a rule. The seniors should never go to Costco on the weekends. I mean, seriously, we have 6 Saturdays in our week, any of the first 5. But Jennifer wanted to go there because we wanted to buy them online if possible, but she wasn't sure of the thickness of the coats. Jennifer has a definite plan for what she wants. She wants the puffy coats, the poofy. She wants them with hoods, pockets, preferably longer, and at a certain price point. Now, this pretty lady, we go to Costco, and we talk to a lady there who's in charge of the department, and she says, be forewarned that what we have online might not be available. in the certain sizes. So Jennifer, who is on a good day 4'10", and she had a walking boot on because her ankle was damaged in an accident. She had a knee brace on because the right side of her body was shaky. And did I mention she also has a brain tumor? She went around and around and around these racks for a solid hour. We had 2 large buggies, one for boys, one for girls. And she filled up those buggies, making sure that we had sizes for each and every one, and then we could order more online. So there was a unsung hero in my pretty wife. Now, I'm normally a glass half full type person. I try to see the good in people in certain situations, with the exception of my beloved New York Football Giants, because I know by 4 o'clock Sunday they will have mucked something up. But this has been unreal, and I have to say that we were very fortunate to partner with the sheriff and Susan, who does a great job. Community Coat Closet, we met those good folks last year. We got a tour of their facility or part upstairs. And then the Haynes people coming in with the pallets of socks and coats, and a personal thrill this year for us to finally partner with Kernersville. Now, Kernersville PD made perfect sense for us because we're from Kernersville. Coats come from Kernersville, and the money comes from Kernersville. And this year, after our golf tournament, and the sheriff has played in our golf tournament, Chief Tilley played in our golf tournament this year. Part of the proceeds, in addition to going to Sparks, and in addition for the coats, is Shop with a Cop. And I gave the chief a check, and he said, and I said to him, Chief, we run a pretty good Coats for Kids program. He says, I'm aware. And I said, we'd love to have you guys involved in it. And he says, hold on a minute, let me get Jimmy. Well, he got Lieutenant James Deeney, who is quickly becoming my new BFF, and we got together, and then he gave me his contact information and said, yep, count me in. So not too long ago, I contacted the lieutenant, and they jumped right on board, and this is the essence of what we're trying to do, is get the coats to the neediest of the children. So I want to thank everybody who came today, starting with our sheriff and the Community Coat Closet and Haynes and the KPD and Winston-Salem PD. Kim Yukazada, I didn't even see you hiding back there for a second. Thank you, Kim. And to the media for keeping this in the eye of the public and giving us a bump and giving us a boost. So on behalf of my pretty wife and the Knights, we are profoundly grateful for everybody in this room and all they've done. And thank you all very much.
Hi, my name is Lee Weisner, and I'm a volunteer with the Community Coat Closet, and blessed to be here today. I'm representing Julie Fritz, who is sort of the chair of the Community Coat Closet. But my understanding is that the Community Coat Closet was birthed when Sheriff Kimbrough was driving around town and noticed a lot of kids outside waiting at the bus stop to go to school, and noticed that they didn't have coats and hats and jackets and gloves and all the things they needed during the cold winter months here at Winston-Salem. So working with Julie and a small group of moms, they were able to start the Community Coat Closet, which has a location here at the Sheriff's Office as well as the City with Dwellings. There's a hub there. And basically through just volunteer sweat, labor, and equity, we have been able to mobilize getting coats to children and adults and our homeless brothers and sisters in Winston-Salem and some of the surrounding municipalities who are in need of a winter coat. We also do gloves and hats and scarves as we have them. Last year we gave out 1,500 coats, and this year we're at 750. But as you know, we still have several really cold winter months ahead of us, so I perceive that we will probably give out the full 1,500 or more. And we're so grateful for the partnership of the community and for the Knights of Columbus and for the sheriff for his partnership and with Kernersville. And if you have coats that you'd like to donate, there is a bin at Sherwood United Forest on the Circle Drive. There's also a bin here at the Sheriff's Department. And we are blessed that we are able to go out into the community. We've been at Appa Kappa Appa's Community Day. We have taken coats to Head Start organizations. All of the social workers and school counselors at the Forsyth County Public Schools have a form on hand that if they notice that a student is coming to school cold without a coat on, they can just fill out a request for that child with whatever sizes he or she may need. And even the whole family can request a coat. And then we have volunteers who mobilize to bring those coats to them at the public schools, as well as we have delivered at the Central Library. And we do try to get out into the community a lot to put coats into the hands of underserved communities and those who need them most. So we're happy to take coat donations from you as well as cash and dollars. Our organization, our umbrella organization that runs our finances is Spark, which is located at Sherwood United Methodist Church. So once again, grateful for the partnership and grateful for all the good that you guys are doing in the community, and keep it up, and let's keep Winston-Salem warm.
And my name is Damian Merritt. I'm an assistant chief with the Kernersville Police Department. I'd like to thank the Knights of Columbus and Mr. and Mrs. Tierney. I also want to thank our sheriff, who has been instrumental with putting this whole thing together. I came into this room and was just shocked at all the coats. I mean, it was just overflowing, and it made me so proud that this partnership. You know, the sheriff is so true. You know, when he says one team, many missions, it's so true, right? We all have to partner together. Each agency, each group, Knights of Columbus, several others, working together to make sure that everybody has a coat. Not only are we going to give the homeless in Kernersville coats this year, we've partnered with our Winston-Salem Forsyth County School principals, teachers, guidance counselors to make sure that every student that doesn't have a coat gets one, whether it comes from this group or other monies. We're going to make sure that every child has a coat this year. We don't need anybody standing out by the bus or outside playing without a nice warm jacket on. So thank you to all the folks in this room that made this possible, and thank you to our Kernersville community as well. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
So as always, I appreciate you all for being here. I can't thank Haynes Brand enough, Haynes Brand in the room, for what they've done. I can't thank Winston. I can't thank the Knights of Columbus, Kernersville, all of you all in this room, the coat closet that make a difference each and every day in this community. You know, I was coming into work and I was having a conversation with one of my sheriffs. You all know him if I say his name, down in Charlotte. And he and I was talking about just things that we deal with every day. And I told him that I'm grateful to be in a community where no matter what the issue is, we bond together as a community. And so I just want to leave you on that note, is that there's nothing that we can't get through or survive when we bring all of our resources to the same place for the same purpose. I love you all. I can't thank you guys in the media enough, right? You don't understand why I'm saying it, but I'll share it with you at another date and time. But I appreciate everything that you all do, all of you. May God continue to bless all of you as well as this community. Thank you for coming and have a great rest of your week. Thank you. If you got any questions, we'll answer a few. If not, I'm going to get out of your way. Yes, sir.
Yes, Sheriff. For you personally, what does it mean to have this many donations of coats here for Forsyth County Sheriff's Office? And also, what was your initial goal for how many coats you wanted going into this drive this year?
Sure, you know that my initial goal has always been to make this a better place than what it was, you know, when I was blessed with the privilege to sit here. You know, I go into a lot of places and spaces every year, every day, where kids are walking around not trying to be fashionable because they don't have one. They just don't have the funding to have one. I go into a lot of our public schools and I say to myself, we can do better. So anytime we partner with Knights of Columbus, the Tyrannies, Coat Closet, Winston, KPD, my objective is to raise the bar like never before. And so each year we're constantly doing that. You know, I see amazing things happen. You know, I saw $5 million being raised for the schools. So don't tell me you can't have coats for every kid in this community. It don't make sense. So what I'm saying is that my goal is always to make sure that we share what we've been blessed to have. And that's always been my goal. It will always be my goal.
Sheriff, obviously one hot topic in the state is obviously Border Patrol, and it's jumped from Charlotte, it's going to Raleigh now. Is there any concern that, here in Winston with that? And what would you like to tell the community if, they end up showing up in the community here?
I knew somebody was going to ask that question, but, as always, we always stand on transparency and the truth. What I would tell anybody in this community is that we stand together as a community. If you're not breaking the law or you haven't broken the law, you don't have any issues, I think that from what I have seen, somebody may know differently, but if you are a law-abiding citizen, I'm not out there looking for you, We're not out there looking for you. But if you break the law, you should be concerned, right? I understand there's a lot of dynamics playing there, but I just think that here in Forsyth County, we're in a good space. I think we're in a good space here. I just believe that because you have collaboration with all the federal partners here. You have collaboration with the local and the state. And so, I don't think that there needs to be a show of we coming in here to show you whose badge is bigger or whatever, because we have such a great relationship that we sit at the table. So I think that here in Forsyth County, I think we're in a good space.
Those coats will be distributed to the school through the school system, or have you considered pantries maybe in places where the community gets together?
I'm going to be honest with you now, that's way above my pay grade. So you're probably going to have to ask somebody in the room how they're going to be distributed. That goes way above my understanding. So I will yield to the coat closet on how that, or Mr. Tierney, how they're going to distribute the coats. But my understanding is they're going to be distributed.
And I'm going to let the community closet. There's one thing I wanted to add, and we've learned this from talking to educators and talking to law enforcement. The coats are not just a garment for children to wear when they're waiting for the school bus. What we've found out, Jennifer and I have found out, is too many children live in homes where there's less than adequate heat and sometimes no heat. So these coats in front of you become a lifeline for the children because they are worn morning, noon, and night. That's one reason why Jennifer always wants to buy a coat with a hood and pockets. So please keep that in mind. Our job, my job, I'm a recruiter. I'm a promoter, so to speak, to raise money and to raise funds. And fortunately, our parish, the Knights, have really come out in force. But I'm going to let one of the experts say on how they get to the hands of the needy children.
I don't know that I'd say that I'm an expert, but we have a multiplicity of ways that we get the coats into the hands of people. So, for example, I mentioned that in the Forsyth County school districts that every guidance counselor or school social worker has a form available to them that they can fill out, and then they submit it electronically to us. And then we have volunteers take coats to the public schools. These are just volunteers. Nobody has to qualify for a coat. We don't check people's incomes. Just anybody who needs a coat, we get a coat to. to. And we try to deliver those coats within a 24 to 48 hour period. Obviously, we don't have paid staff or just volunteers, but and they go all over. We've delivered to Kimmel Park, we've delivered to Clemens, we delivered to everywhere. The other way that people can access us if they need a coat is that there's a community coat closet QR code that they can scan, and that will direct them to a Google form where they can fill out their name, what size of coat they need, if they need coats for their whole families, and then where they would like to pick those coats up. So we have the hub down at City with Dwellings. There's also a hub here at the Sheriff's Department. We pack the coats and prepare them and get them into the hands of people. We also go out to community organizations. Like I mentioned, we have gone to the Alpha Kappa Alpha Community Day. We have gone to Head Starts. I think we will do another coat drive at Samaritan Ministries for their Homeless Persons Memorial Day, which is coming up December 22nd. So, and if you know of any community organizations that need coats or have a target population that would be ripe for having a coat brought to them, please let me know. We are happy to do that.
Any more questions before we go? If you have any questions as relates to the coat, give us a call here at the Sheriff's Office, and I can assure you we will get a coat to you or get you what you need. Again, I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming, and have a safe and great rest of your week. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.